And welcome, y'all. Happy Thursday, and welcome to We Live in Color. I'm your host, Deontay Damper, and I'm so happy that you joined us this Thursday. But before we begin this wonderful Black Music Matters episode, I need you to like and share and subscribe to Converge, where you can learn more about the Sanctuary, Back to Basa, The Day with Trey, Art of the Matter, and more. Go to whereweconverge.com to see why Black media matters. You already heard me earlier. We were talking about Black music, how Black music matters. And finally, I get a chance to get in the studio here today, Envi Jordan, an international Caribbean American artist who just released a new single and has a new EP on the way. You gotta tune in. You're not gonna wanna miss this. But before we get into that, I got my people at SGN. Eminem, what's going on this week with the news?
Hello, everybody. This is Madison Jones.
And Maddie Mooney.
And you're watching the Seattle Gay News Community Brief on We Live in Color. So excited to see y'all again. Before we get into the news stories, we got to do our what's going on in the world of Maddie and Madison. Maddie, did you do anything fun this weekend?
Did I do anything fun this weekend? As I edge towards 42.
You don't look a day over 30.
Well, that's good to know. As I edge towards 42, I often forget what I did over the weekend. But this weekend, I think, what did I do this weekend? Y'all, I don't remember what I did this weekend.
Well,
what did I do this weekend?
Hopefully it was good, right? Maybe it was really chill, like you were so relaxed you don't even remember.
No, I definitely moved stuff because I'm moving, as I said a couple episodes ago, but I feel like I did something else and I can't quite remember what that is.
Well, if you remember, I'll tell the folks what I did, and then if you remember in time, but I went to the No Kings rally at Cal Anderson and marched with the folks down to Seattle Center. It was really awesome. We got to actually interview some people for the first time, which was a lot of fun. I was out with our staff writer, Lindsay Anderson, and we were just out just vibing with community and just kind of collectively just saying fuck you to Trump. So couldn't be better than that,
Yeah. So. And I hope everyone stayed safe while out there.
Yeah, it was honestly everyone in the city was so chill. Yeah, there was, at least, while I was marching, I hadn't heard of anything happening, but
well, that's good.
Yeah. So with that, we will actually get into our story.
Our first topic of the day: can you recreate the community of religious service without the religion? That's the question posed by Drag Church, an alternative arts project where drag performers share their talents within traditional spaces of prayer. It's their 1-year anniversary this weekend. And Madison, didn't you go and see their work firsthand?
I actually did not, but I got to interview both Kitty Smith and Kara Sutra, who are the two who organizes the Drag Church event.
Amazing.
We did a whole article for them in our most recent issue, and they're having their 1-year anniversary this Saturday, called Rebirth. So it's very cool, especially as a trans person who grew up in a religious conservative environment, to have this alternative space for community building. That's all ages, especially.
Yeah.
They brought up Kara Sutra, that there's, folks who are teenagers or, under 21 who want to come out and be involved in some drag shows, but a lot of those spaces are 21 plus. Yeah. So, they're doing really cool work. And if y'all want to check it out, we have that stuff up on our website and everything. But yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. All ages expressing yourself.
Yeah, it's important for everybody. Next, and some good news you might have missed from New York City, a trans woman will become the first leader of NYC's Office of LGBTQIA+ Affairs. Taylor Brown is her name. She's an assistant civil rights attorney and was appointed by Mayor Zohran Mamdani to lead the agency that is tasked to do things such as advocating for queer local rights and anti-discrimination laws. It's the first time that a trans person has been appointed to a city agency in the Big Apple. Our own mayor has yet to achieve the same milestone, but I think she definitely should.
I agree. It's about time. If you want more queer stories on hotspots like New York, Chicago, Paris, and Palm Springs, check out our newly dropped annual travel issue. It's available at your local coffee shop and library, so pick up a copy today.
That's right. And with that, that's all for the community brief. Thanks all for watching. This has been Eminem, and now back to you, Deontay.
Thank you, Eminem. I'm so happy to have SG in the house. Episode after episode, I keep on hearing y'all, and this is just such a great fit. We are leading and spreading not just the news, but the message for our community together. Thank you, SGN. And when we come back, we have the amazing Envi Jordan. You're watching We Live in Color.
Now's your chance to join the Days to Come Reading Challenge to ignite the civic imagination needed for racial repair in Washington state. Read, discuss, and take action until Juneteenth to bring Dr. King's vision of a truly just society to life. Visit saarcpnw.org for more information.
This May, Seattle Opera presents the return of Bizet's celebrated classic, Carmen. A mesmerizing story of obsession, dazzling sets, elaborate costumes, and iconic melodies make Carmen irresistible. Don't miss Carmen, May 2nd through 17th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
And welcome back to We Live in Color. Black music matters. When I tell you, for the past year, me and him have been going back and forth about trying to get him on the show. I think we've been trying to get you on the show, and you are finally here on the show. And from the music that you do to the community that you're building, I'm so happy to have you, Envi Jordan. What's up?
Thank you very much. And I'm excited to be here. I think everything happens when it's supposed to, and this is a great time at the start of an epic
Absolutely.
year.
And can we please just get into this fit? Please look at that. Look. Bedazzled. Can we get in them boots? Let them in boots. Just give me a lift, okay? Listen.
Shoe cam.
Shoe cam. And I mean, the fashion is everything. Your music is everything. And
Thank you.
I mean, I think that you're just so creative. And I'm just so happy to have you. Sassy DeCap, who is a friend to Converge, she was telling me to get you on here.
Oh, that's very
years ago.
sweet.
She loves you. But a lot how you were able to start your musical journey. You're from New York?
Yes, I'm originally from New York, and then I moved to Georgia. And then after Georgia, well, I didn't really like living there, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But I'm grateful for my time there just because it was so... Actually, I'm grateful for the time there just because I feel like I got an experience to live around a lot of Black people, which I would not have gotten if I came straight to Seattle.
Yeah.
I realized when I lived in Seattle how it's actually important to grow up around people that look like you, and you don't know it until you step out of that. So that's the only good thing I could think of. Those weren't the best years of my life, but now I'm here. I wanted to be an artist. And I knew about the creative scene here, and I felt like they'd be more receptive to pop music here, possibly. So I came here.
Well, how did you navigate through that, right? Because in most of our communities, my dad was always bumping the Too Short. I think it was the Ghetto album. I think that's what it was, the Ghetto album. And so I couldn't listen to what I wanted to listen to. Like I had to, with my own money, I had to buy the Christina Aguilera Christmas album. I even bought the Spanish album, but I wasn't able to listen to pop in music. So what was it like in your family trying to navigate this is who I am. This is who I like to listen to.
Actually, my music taste I was talking about this with a friend the other day. I realized I thought my music taste was something original because I listened to the 80s and 90s a lot. But actually, it's pretty much just what my mom got me into. Okay. Everything that I listened to, my mom got me into Madonna, Janet, Michael, Prince. That's all the music she loves. That's the music. Those are the music videos she was always playing for me. And I didn't realize until like this year that actually that's why. It's a bit of nurture. There's like nature and nurture. My music taste is a bit of nurture because that's just what my mom loved. So my grandmother loved Sade. So I listened to a lot of Sade growing up as well. And that's pretty much it. So they pretty much got me into it. And I'm glad they did because I think and obviously I'm biased in saying it maybe, but I just think the 80s is the best decade of music.
Okay, you know what? I was literally just talking to me and Eric talk a lot about like the music and how it takes us, how some of it has been a safe haven for us, right? What are some of the albums that have been your safe haven?
My safe haven albums that I put on and is just perfect every time. This one is very new, Tension 2 by Kylie Minogue. I love that album so much. Most of her discography. Right now, Confessions on a Dance Floor by Madonna. I listen to that all the time, especially because she's releasing a follow-up to that this year. The Janet album, Rhythm Nation, All For You, the Dangerous album. For Prince, I really love Emancipation. It's his 3-disc.
Yeah, I know it.
I like a lot of Prince compilations too, because he has so much. He has like over 40 albums. So with him, I'll usually actually play like a compilation to get to it.
I really, so for myself, mine was the Janet album. I love the Janet album. I'm definitely going to have to give it to Michael Jackson's Off the Wall, not the Thriller album. I really just like the Off the Wall. It reminds me.
A lot of people say that.
Because it was just vocally, I just feel like he was really stretching himself on that album. And it reminds me so much of like Saturday mornings when that album came on, you had to start cleaning up. It was
I love that. I love hearing when people have certain memories and times in their life linked to an album.
It was cleanup. It was cleanup time. But even you as an artist now, right? When did you know that you were an artist?
First I wanted to be an author because I was obsessed with reading and writing. My aunt is a teacher, in New York, we lived in an apartment and she was the unit above ours. So she would just come downstairs and she would have books and all this stuff for me. And I really loved reading, which is so strange now that I look back. Because what type of kid is like, I love to read? I was though. And so I wanted to write books. I loved the Arthur books. I loved the Berenstain Bears books. So I wanted to make children's books, and I wanted to do the illustrations myself, like how Mark Brown and the Berenstain Bears book authors did, and Dave Pilkey with his Captain Underpants series. I like that.
Okay.
Also do the illustrations.
I think I know that one. But as a musical artist, right? Did you what do you remember? Like the first song you wrote, or how did you?
The first song I wrote, I don't remember. But basically the love of writing from wanting to be an author transformed into a love of writing scripts. And then eventually that transformed into writing songs. But I wrote raps at first. I did rapping for a minute. And then after that, I started doing pop music because each, I guess change, it took a boost of confidence. And even what I'm doing now, because it's more vulnerable doing music, I feel, than acting. Oh, because that was another thing I wanted to act. It's because when you're acting, you're being someone else. When you're doing music, you're being yourself, especially when you're songwriting, you're putting a lot on the line, especially with somebody to love. Even now it's hard for me at times. Rez, who's here, knows that I was going to cancel I did cancel the release of Somebody to Love in December. And then I kept listening to it, and then I eventually was like, just put it out, because let it happen. But
because we're gonna get to that in a second. But I wanna no, because I mean we gonna get to Somebody to Love, but but as an artist, right? I think that sometimes we get so restricted. You look at folks like Doja Cat, Lil Nas X, who are very open of like all who they are, right? Have you got any pushback from any of your community, friends, family?
Pushback from the community on myself as an artist? No. The only pushback I get is from people online, which they'll write like a book long comment and I'll delete it. So you spent like 5 minutes writing.
Well, how do you navigate through that?
I'm so used to, I'll be honest, I grew up being bullied. I grew up in a family where I mean, I'm Caribbean, you know, homosexuality is not something that's necessarily accepted. So I grew up being criticized. So that's not something that ever really gets to me. There's nothing a fact is that there's nothing anyone can say to me that I haven't heard already. So,
but as an artist, right, and as someone that's navigating that, and we do have some of my Caribbean brothers and sisters and very near people watching, what's some advice that you can give to some of those folks who have went through that? I mean,
advice.
Yeah.
I'm 26 and I'm still navigating self-love at this age. So I'm not even going to act like I have it all figured out. You know, you don't even realize how things affect you until you get older and you see, oh, this is why I do that and why I do that. Advice, because even if it was my younger self, I'm like, I don't even know what I would say to him. I would just be like, buckle up, honestly.
Okay, buckle up.
I think it's like you just, I hate to say learn how to get thick skin because that's not really a solution, but it's like the only way. I would just have to say, find ways to practice self-preservation, because even at this age, I don't even necessarily know the right thing to do with dealing with certain problems. So my thing is, let me just protect my brain from like, you know, protect myself from self-destructing or letting things destroy me.
Yeah.
That's the best that I can do.
Well, it looks like, well, that kind of goes into like self-affirming, like somebody to love. And we're going to get into that and some other things and a big announcement that you do have coming in a second. But we'll be right back. You're watching We Live in Color.
This May, Seattle Opera presents Carmen. Iconic melodies make Carmen irresistible. Don't miss Carmen, May 2nd through 17th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
And welcome back to We Live in Color. I keep on doing my hand like this because, honey, you are everything. I'm here with the amazing artist, Envi Jordan. Now, Envi, you have done some great work since you've been here. Now, my first time seeing you was on the cover of SGN, Seattle Gay News. What was that feeling like?
Felt unreal. I have like, what, 10 copies of it. Because I wouldn't have predicted that a year before or even a few months before. Actually, I wouldn't have predicted this even a year before. So, you know, everything feels like, wow, this is really motivating, you know, to keep, you know, doing what you're doing. Because sometimes as an artist, it, you know, it almost can feel like, you know, you're like working towards like a brick wall, you know, you're like promoting at a brick wall.
Yeah.
So,
but even being able to get that highlight, like SGN, historic queer-led magazine for years, and here you are.
It's the third oldest in the U.S.
Right, and there you are. How does it feel to also be on the cover, but also be a part of history?
Wow, I never.
You got to think about that.
About being a part of history.
You are a part of history.
Wow. Well, that feels special. That feels good.
You should feel great about that. And then keep in mind, like, you kept on going. So now this year, you just released, you said you were feeling some ways about it, and we're circling back around it now.
Yeah.
Somebody to Love. Tell us about the single, and what does the song mean to you?
The song means a lot in my personal life, because if I didn't do the song, I wouldn't have grown as much as I was forced to grow in the experience of releasing it. Because 2 years ago, I put out some mixtapes, Secrets, and I got into, you know, my background and, you know, mental health stuff on that. And the whole theme of Secrets to Extreme was that I was like, at least I thought I was like healed and stuff. I thought I was healed. So Somebody to Love brought a lot of, yucky stuff out of me that I didn't know was still there. And that hit me hard for multiple reasons, just because I was like, dang, I thought I was past this. I thought I had grown past this. I didn't realize I still had this issue and that issue. And it's one of the most raw, straightforward songs I've written lyrically where the verses are concerned. There's no beating around the bush. I'm just being like, the first words of the song are, I regret every time I've shared my body. And that's just how I felt when I was writing it. It's just that.
So walk me through, if you don't mind, like walk me through that. Like I myself have went through that same trauma. I've shared with folks here and other spaces, like being in recovery, and the biggest challenge for myself is being 40 and learning what to do with my body now. Like, I don't know how to love, like learning how to love myself in this skin, learning how to be what intimacy can look like in this space. Like that doesn't have anything to do with sharing my actual body, but my love, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about for you?
For me, I'm a very all or nothing kind of person. So part of my healing process in that is I'm actually been, I consider myself asexual for about 3 months now. It's not the first time, but I've kind of just shut that off completely because it's just true. I really do regret every time.
Okay.
So kind of like I said with the advice thing, these things are things I'm still trying to figure out. But I just don't want to do anything that's going to make me sad. Yeah. I'm trying to focus on being happy and being actually happy and not being what I was before, where it's like, oh, well, you think you're happy, but it's because you're not really giving the attention certain areas of your life deserve. You're not really giving it the full attention it needs. And I could still be doing that now by being asexual, because I'm just, instead of sort of learning how to be in a healthy relationship, I'm like, forget it altogether.
But it's hard, right? Let me ask you this. I gotta ask you this. Being an artist and then being in a relationship, how do you navigate that sometimes? Because sometimes that's hard, right? Sometimes people want to be with you because you're an artist and they want to get on a track, or maybe how do you know that someone is there for you beyond your? How do you navigate that process?
If I was to date again, I would date a guy I would be in a relationship with a man who is also creative.
Okay.
Because I think it's great if he doesn't necessarily, like, he has his own thing going on and I have my own career, and he doesn't need me and I don't need him. So we're with each other by choice. You know, he would have to be a creative to understand me as well. Because if you're in a relationship with someone, you're sharing a life together. And if he's going to I think at this point, the way my lifestyle is, like, even before this, I'm in my apartment building choreography, moving all the furniture, so I have a bunch of space. Like, I do a lot of things like that because my life revolves around music. I think the only guy who would understand what it's like to be with me, he would have to be a creative himself. Okay. And I think that would nip out a lot of problems to begin with.
Honey, you see, he was going nip like this, okay? Nip out the problems. Yeah. But you shot a video for this.
My first video.
How was that process?
That was amazing because I love experiencing new things. And like, after I did the video, I was like, I cannot believe it took me this long to make my first music video. I love how it fully brings the song to life, especially with the choreo and everything. It just really brings the song to another level. And I was listening back to other songs. I was like, dang, now I'm seeing how a type music video would have looked like, or like for my other songs, I'm like, now I see how that video could have looked. And I loved it. I worked with Kai Watson. Okay. He filmed everything. I ended up actually editing the video myself. I did all the color grading and all that. So everything is for a reason, you know? Every movement of the choreography, every choice with the use of shadows in certain scenes is for a reason. And yeah, I can't wait to make more videos. Actually, that's why I was building choreography before.
Well,
coming
I just
here.
want to listen. I can do this a little bit, honey. I could do a little bit. I mean, I've always wanted to be like one of those people, like in the music video, like a cameo. You know, like how the rappers do the video and then they show somebody there and they're like doing this. I always wanted to do this in a video. So can I do that for your next video?
You know what?
I just want to, or just walk past and just look at the camera and they're like, oh, that's Big Head Deontay.
There's a video. I'm planning one. Yes. I'll
Okay,
just say
y'all
yes
heard
without
that.
saying too much.
Y'all heard that. I get to be a video vixen. Yes.
Video vixen. Yes. That's
It
exactly
gives.
what it's called.
It
Yes.
gives. Just let me near and get my things together and I'll be ready to go.
Okay.
So
yes, there's a video. Actually, I know exactly what song in mind would you'd be perfect for.
y'all heard it exclusively here. Now, we're going to take one more break. We need to do the We Live in Color tribute. And you got an announcement about this new EP coming out.
I do.
We got
I
do.
do.
We'll be right back. You're watching We Live in Color. Get my dance on.
This May, Seattle Opera presents the return of Bizet's celebrated classic, Carmen. A mesmerizing story of obsession, dazzling sets, elaborate costumes, and iconic melodies make Carmen irresistible. Don't miss Carmen, May 2nd through 17th at McCaw Hall. Details at seattleopera.org.
And welcome back to We Live in Color. So Envy. This is my favorite part of the show where we do our We Live in Color tribute. So Envy, who has helped you live in color?
You know, someone that's really helped me live in color and inspired me is Prince Roger Nelson. I love him so much. He is an example of a man who was confidently feminine and he didn't care about what anyone had to say, and he wasn't even gay, he was heterosexual. And from a young age, I was like, I used to be so scared to I don't know, afraid of judgment when it came to just expressing myself. And I think seeing someone like Prince is a big part of why I was able to be myself. He definitely helped me.
I love Prince.
So, yeah.
And we're going to lift up Prince. Okay. You got the purple. It's giving purple rain, but it's blue. But it's still good.
I see it.
Quick question though. What's your favorite Prince song?
My favorite Prince song is, right now it always changes, to Sexy Dancer from the Prince album.
Okay. So I liked If I Was Your Girlfriend and I Would Die For You.
I did a cover of that.
Really? Which I Would Die For You?
Of If I Was Your Girlfriend.
Ooh, I want to hear it. Ooh, we might have to hear that during Pride, honey. Okay.
Maybe. You know what? I was thinking of some cover songs to add to my set because I don't have enough songs for like a 30-minute set yet. So I'm going to put
it's
some covers
coming
in.
because you got this EP coming.
Yes.
So can we talk about it? Can we do the little announcement?
The big announcement is the title of the EP is Envy.
Oh, Envy. I love a good self-title.
The Envy EP is the name of it.
Yes.
So
what made you name it the Envy EP?
because it's my first project and I was like, people listening to it, most people that listen to it won't know who I am. So why don't we just call it Envy?
That is
The Envy EP.
That is amazing. I'm looking forward to that. And but before we get towards the call to action, I want to also say congratulations. We just found out a couple of days ago that you charted.
Yes, literally yesterday. And then I found out this morning at probably like 2 a.m. that I'm on 2 charts in South Africa. I'm on the weekly chart.
What?
And the daily chart. So
But you are winning.
Thank you.
International artist.
I know. I was like, I remember because Apple Music lets you see, a great thing about Apple Music is they actually let you see who's playing you on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that in South Africa, there's a station called Gay South Africa. Which
Hey,
is
Gay South
playing my
Africa.
song.
Hey, y'all.
They've been playing Somebody to Love, and they're also playing Tight. They played all of my songs, but they've really been playing Somebody to Love a lot. And then until it literally charted. And I messaged them. I was like, thank you so much for supporting my music. Mind you, I never sent them the song. So I was like, it was a complete surprise. And it really made my day. It really made my week, my year. I was very happy.
Honey, the way that you are moving on this trajectory, you have been able, from whether it be cover on magazines to releasing your single that is charting to this EP coming out, honey, you have arrived and are on the way.
Thank you.
And I'm so excited just to see what you got. But I want community to also be able to tap in with you. So I need you to do me a favor. We need to do a call to action. I need you to look in that camera. Let community know where they can find you, where they can find your single, all those things.
You can find me everywhere at Envi Jordan. My website, envijordan.com. My Instagram's envijordan.com. My Instagram's Envi Jordan. And my YouTube channel, Envi Jordan. Everywhere. I made it easy.
Yeah, that was easy. That
Search
was
my name.
easy.
If you Google my name, that's another thing that I felt like was an accomplishment. When I Google, if you even type my name in now, it says Envi Jordan musical artist on Google. And I was like, oh.
See, that is beautiful. That comes a long way for me because I used to have some mug shots, but they gone now.
Oh my gosh.
In the meantime, no. But on a serious note, though, Envi, I appreciate you. Finally, we've been able to get you in the studio. Y'all heard I get to be a video vixen, but above all else, we're going to buy this music.
We're going to get you in a video.
You know, just a little bit. And I might need some coaching because I be making things awkward.
Trust me, if I could go through the Somebody to Love video, my first time, it came out good, you'll be fine. Because the scene on the bed at the start, I felt so weird doing. There's actually a lot of parts filming that where I felt really weird, but I was like, I'm just going to trust Kai. And I'm glad I trusted him because the end result was good. That's the thing with filming stuff is like you can feel really weird, but then you look at it and you're like, okay, that's why they said do that and do that. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to need you to coach me. But thank you so much for coming on today.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you for having me. Truly, this is amazing. And what an epic week. Charting and coming on here.
It's been a great week. And I thank you. And I thank you, community, for tuning in. Now join myself and SGN next week for an amazing episode of We Live in Color. Hey everybody, Deontay Damper. To learn more about our blog posts, community events, and more, go to whereweconverge.com.